Hi, this is Drew with Daniels Ag Services with your morning report. Markets finished up mixed yesterday. You had corn and beans lower on the day while wheat was higher. They're all currently higher so far this morning. One of the things the trade has taken a look at this morning is the fact that there's talk that Russia is already starting to limit exports on where they're going to send wheat. And it's thought they're going to do that on all but just a couple of countries, limit or totally eliminate exports. So Turkey and another country, I can't remember it off the top of my head right now, shouldn't see any restrictions, but everywhere else is. So that's popping wheat right now, as that demand will need to come from somewhere else. And there are a lot in the trade that think that it will come from the United States. So we'll keep our eye on that moving forward. As far as soybeans go, you'll note in the written version of the Wilkins Ag Wire yesterday, the Chinese delegation here in Chicago, I think it was 4 crushers, soybean crushers that were in town. They actually only signed for 1 million metric tons, and I believe it was all this upcoming new crop year, which is 2015-16. So headline traders, that might have been that was a little bearish for what they were looking for. If you'll remember, we noted yesterday that we're looking for 2.5 to 4 million metric tons. So fell short of that number. That was one of the reasons beans were down as much as they were yesterday. And then also you had Monday's NOPA report was pretty bearish, came in around 4 or 5 million metric tons, or million bushels, excuse me, lower than what the trade was expecting. So those factors bearish for the wheat market, and that's why we were lower yesterday. I think it was 16 cents lower or something like that in the January month. So we'll be rolling that over into March here pretty soon, taking a look at it, as we talked about yesterday, as first notice days coming up at the end of the month here for January beans. So touched on beans and wheat. Corn, not really a whole lot of news out there right now. Technically speaking, it's overbought, but as we've mentioned in the past, there is a gap between, I think it's 423.25 and 426 on the March chart that we could potentially trade up to those levels, even though fundamentally we shouldn't. Technical traders will tell you that chart gaps get filled, so we'll see if it has the strength to get up there this time moving forward, because otherwise pretty bearish development. Even with the MIR 162 strain being allowed into China, they've already got a ton of corn over there, so it's not just a given fact that they're going to immediately start importing just a whole heck of a lot more U.S. corn due to the fact that that ban has been lifted. So don't expect just to see huge numbers starting to go over there based off that, as they do have a ton of corn there, and we've got a lot of corn here as well. So that's all we've got for today. If you've got any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
This material is conveyed as a solicitation for entering into a derivatives transaction. This material has been prepared by a Daniels Ag Services broker who provides research, market commentary, and trade recommendations as part of his or her solicitation for accounts and solicitation for trades. Daniels Ag Services, its principals, brokers, and employees may trade in derivatives for their own accounts or for the accounts of others. Due to various factors, such as risk tolerance, margin requirements, trading objectives, short-term versus long-term strategies, technical versus fundamental market analysis, and other factors, such trading may result in the initiation or liquidation of positions that are different from or contrary to the opinions and recommendations contained therein. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future performance. The risk of loss in trading futures contracts or commodity options can be substantial, and therefore, investors should understand the risk involved in taking leveraged positions and must assume responsibility for the risks associated with such investments and for their results. You should carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you in light of your circumstances and financial resources. You should read the risk disclosure accessed at www.danielsagservices.com. Daniels Ag Services is not affiliated with, nor does it endorse any trading system, newsletter, or similar service. Daniels Ag Services does not guarantee or verify any performance claims made by such systems or services.